I'm learning a lot about different access needs and naming access needs in any time and any place that we don't do as APACC enough. Like right now, my access needs are I'm probably dehydrated and I need to drink more water and I need to breathe more. So just talking about that more, I think, is part of what reentry could look like.
Yeah, because I'm thinking too of like the grinded out mentality and how much that taxes emotional health. Like I've always been pretty good about not working on the weekends, basically, but I've never been good about actually taking days off because I still have like the hourly wage mentality of like, if I'm not there, then I don't deserve the money that I get. And when you're working hourly, you literally don't get the money if you don't work.
Right. When the reality is like we should be paid even if we cannot work, because nobody has to be like have their value based on their productivity.
Especially hourly and young folks. Yeah, I just the just the huge buckets of I'm getting distracted by that comment. I don't know who Dr. Scott is, but
who's that? Who are you?
Oh yeah, this whole thing, just like the enormous gaps in capitalist thinking being exposed, might be part of the biggest value. But again, when I think about the overwhelming, Cortez, what's up? When I think about the overwhelming value, like it's overwhelming to take on capitalism. It's overwhelming to say like workers obviously need more rights. It's stupid that there's like 20 individuals hoarding all the wealth and exploiting everyone else beneath them. We're seeing who the real essential workers are. So why aren't we paying them more? And it's not, I have the least faith that that's what's going to change the most, you know?
Yes and no, right? Like, yes, it's good to be hopeless. I'm a fan of hopelessness, of letting go of hope, being critical and be like, I doubt this will happen, but I'm gonna like try to work towards it anyway, because like expectations is unrealistic. What you just shared made me think about, what did it make me think about? It made me think about disaster capitalism from Naomi Klein. And this was done at a teach-in, I think last week or 2 weeks ago with Angela Davis.
Oh, so good.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so good.
A meat sandwich of knowledge. It was so good.
Yeah.
I was so full afterward.
But it made me think about how power profits from disaster. Like how right now we're so distracted by the virus. We have no capacity to look at the news. A lot of us don't. To look at the news and understand what the politicians are doing. Like what happened to Bernie? Like I don't understand. And nor do I have like the capacity, because I'm so stressed out with my own life, to like process these things. And it's like this system is built to design. It's built and designed where, disaster happens. All the people who are not capitalists, who don't own things, have to struggle and figure out their lives. And then, the rich people can do whatever they want to do, because there's no support, there's no resources allocated to a lot of communities. So we all have to like focus on our own stuff. And how messed up that is. That happened throughout histories from the 1500s until now, right? Starting with, I'm not gonna list the whole thing, but.
Well, I mean, it exposes who's the most vulnerable populations too, right? Like what's going on in Wisconsin is just, it's so brutal and shameful that they didn't postpone the primaries or whatever the voting process was and made people wait outside. It's so sad to watch what's happening there. And then knowing that 70% of COVID-19 related deaths in Chicago and Louisiana, at least so far, are Black folks. And, you know, when I think about the sheer number, when that again exposes the systemic inequalities that Black folks face, because they have the least incentivized to go seek healthcare, knowing that the healthcare system doesn't give a shit about them.
Right.
And so they catch a deadly disease and don't necessarily do anything about it because the system has already failed them. So when I think about balancing that and with some of the anti-Asian violence, the physical violence at least, and then not to mention the emotional and verbal violence, it's tough for me to say like what we're going through matters more, because it doesn't. But then I'm always reminded that we're not supposed to like compare. We are more than capable of holding both of those thoughts at the same time, and we as Asian Americans are more than capable of tackling both issues at the same time. Like in the same breath, say this impacts Black folks as much as it does us, in ways that we're not thinking about, like the prison system. Obviously, most prisoners in the U.S. are people of color, Black folks who are wrongly incarcerated in the first place, who are now like also vulnerable because capitalism values prisoners in the way that it can produce really cheap labor. So maybe they'll be weirdly saved. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like the capitalism conversation that surrounds COVID is like, it's a lot.
It is a lot, and we have to start parsing it out. Otherwise, it just becomes this blob that no one wants to acknowledge and untangle.